In a world where alliances are shifting, a single decision can alter the global balance. President Trump's recent trade policies are sending shockwaves through international markets. Could his aggressive stance be driving the European Union into a closer partnership with China? Let's unravel this complex web of global trade. Chapter 1. The spark of the trade conflict. In February 2025, President Trump announced a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports, targeting key players like the EU, China, South Korea, and Brazil. He justified this move as a step towards fair trade, highlighting disparities such as the EU's 10% tariff on U.S. cars compared to the U.S.'s 2.5% tariff on European vehicles. The European Commission swiftly labeled these measures as illegal and economically counterproductive, vowing to protect the EU's interests against what they termed unjustified actions. France led the call for immediate retaliatory tariffs on American products, signaling a brewing trade war. Chapter 2. The EU's dilemma. Historically, the EU and the US have shared a robust trade relationship, with the US being a significant market for European goods. However, Trump's protectionist policies are straining this bond. The EU now faces a critical decision: confront the US tariffs head-on or seek alternative alliances to mitigate economic fallout. Enter China. As the world's second-largest economy, China's vast market presents an enticing opportunity for the EU. Strengthening trade ties with China could offset losses from US tariffs, but it comes with its own set of challenges, including political differences, concerns over market access, and potential pressure from the US to limit cooperation with Beijing. Chapter 3. The potential pivot. Recent data indicates a shift in global trade dynamics. Since 2016, China's share of global trade has increased by approximately 4%, while the US's share has declined. This trend suggests that countries, possibly including EU members, are already gravitating towards China as a trading partner. Several key EU nations, including Germany and France, have already taken steps to strengthen economic ties with Beijing. Germany, which exports high-end machinery and automobiles to China, sees potential in expanding cooperation. Meanwhile, France is negotiating agricultural deals to open Chinese markets to European food exports. But while economic benefits are evident, so are the risks. The EU is at a crossroads. Aligning more closely with China could provide economic benefits, but it also risks alienating the US and complicating geopolitical relations. If Europe chooses China over the US, Washington might retaliate with further trade restrictions, pushing the EU into a difficult position. Chapter 4. The global implications. If the EU deepens its ties with China, the global power structure could witness a significant shift. Such a move might embolden China's position in global trade, potentially isolating the US and diminishing its influence. Moreover, this realignment could lead to new trade norms and standards, with China and the EU setting the pace for global economic policies. But there's more at stake than just trade. Security and technology concerns also play a crucial role. The US has long warned its allies about over-reliance on China for critical technologies, particularly in the semiconductor and AI industries. If Europe aligns itself too closely with Beijing, it could find itself in a difficult balancing act between economic benefits and security risks. Further complicating the issue is the divide within the EU itself. While nations like Germany and France might favor stronger economic ties with China, Eastern European nations, such as Poland and the Baltic states, remain skeptical, fearing growing Chinese influence and preferring to maintain strong ties with Washington. China has also been strategically increasing its presence in Europe through large-scale infrastructure investments, such as the Belt and Road Initiative. Southern European nations, including Italy and Greece, have already embraced Chinese investments, but others worry about Beijing's growing leverage over European economies. The US isn't likely to take this shift lightly. Beyond trade restrictions, Washington could use financial tools, such as restricting European access to US financial markets or cutting security cooperation, to deter closer EU-China ties. This raises the stakes for European policymakers, forcing them to consider not just economic gains, but broader strategic consequences. Conclusion. President Trump's tariff strategy is more than a bid for fair trade. It's a catalyst that could redefine international alliances. The European Union's response will be pivotal. Will it stand its ground against US pressure, pivot towards China, or find a middle path? The decisions made in the coming months will shape the future of global trade. What do you think? Is the EU likely to strengthen its partnership with China in response to US tariffs? Will it risk US retaliation or find a diplomatic solution? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more insights into global affairs.